is Anna Goodhand, and I am a psychotherapist at My Therapy NYC. In this video, I'm going to talk about why we all need to start listening more and giving advice less. To start, when you were young and you had a problem, did you go to your caregiver, share what's wrong, and receive an answer about how you can fix it or what you should do? I don't know about you, but that was always the response in my household growing up. In adulthood, many of us do reach out to loved ones again, and whoever is around, to share our problems, our struggles, and our complaints too. We love talking about what's wrong. Have you ever shared what you're struggling with and then been responded to with unsolicited advice? How did that make you feel in that moment? I don't know about you, but that happens to me all of the time, and many of my clients all the time as well. For me, often when I try to connect with someone and share what I'm going through or what I'm dealing with, I get hit with, you should try X, or have you done Y? And you should ... etc. That's usually not quite the response that I'm looking for in those moments. So next I'm going to talk about how unsolicited advice is often received by most of us when we get it. One study looking at people of all ages found that most participants, after receiving unsolicited advice, did not feel better when they got it, and that unasked for support in response to them discussing their problems did not help them feel better. It felt unpleasant, actually, and that recipients of unsolicited advice felt that it implied that they were incompetent, just emotionally, in response. So if it makes many of us, based on the study, feel unpleasant in response to getting unsolicited advice, why do some people rush to give advice? Likely it's because they feel a need to fix the problem that the person coming to them is talking about. Maybe they feel a responsibility to try and help make the problem go away for someone else. Often, though, after we receive unsolicited advice, many of us do feel unpleasant and that the other person presumes us to be incompetent. One of the most important reasons to refrain from giving unsolicited advice is respect for the autonomy and agency of the person that you're talking to. Everyone has their unique experiences, circumstances, and perspectives, and they should be allowed to make their own decisions about them. Unsolicited advice can often come across as patronizing, suggesting that the advice giver knows better than the other person. Another important consideration is what we want to hear when it comes to someone when we try to share our problems. My experience as a therapist has shown me that most of the time we want to be seen and understood. We want to be heard and listened to. We want our problems to be acknowledged and not necessarily fixed by someone else telling us what we should do. Maybe we just want to be shown that it's okay that we're not okay. Unsolicited advice can strain relationships. It can make the recipient feel unheard, judged, or even criticized sometimes, depending on how it sounds. Over time, this can erode trust and the sense of safety in relationships. Instead of offering solutions, we can focus on offering empathy and support to maintain healthy connections. So how can we get better at listening instead of giving advice? Well, we can stop trying to fix people's problems and start holding space for the fact that they have problems. We can practice active listening. Active listening is a communication skill that involves fully engaging with what someone is saying without immediately offering solutions. It's more about being present, empathetic, non-judgmental. When we practice this, we create a space for the other person to really express themselves freely. This can sometimes look like saying two magic words: that sucks. Validating and listening to what someone is telling us is a great way to show them that we are with them and we care about them. Some great ways to expand on our listening skills can be trying to validate what we are hearing by rephrasing or summarizing what someone is telling us or what we heard, or asking clarifying questions about what they're going through. Sometimes if you're not sure how to support someone, you can start by asking, do you want me to listen or give advice? Finally, we should keep in mind that receiving unsolicited advice when we want to share with others what we are going through does not feel great for many of us. Often we want to be heard when we reach out to share what we are going through, and for some people, it can be hard to listen without giving advice first. Based on this, it would be better for everyone if more of us held off on giving advice and leaned into being better listeners and validators instead. This might allow us to show up for people in our lives in a new way, to help them feel heard and understood, rather than like a problem to be solved. What are some reasons that you might have for becoming a better listener for the people in your life? Leave a comment below to join the conversation. For more information, you can check out our website on mytherapynyc.com. Thanks.